Good evening, team. How are we all doing? How is everybody? Welcome to Amazon HQ. If you're listening to this on the pod, I'm pointing to an Amazon box that's on the table that's still here. 3 weeks later than she's put it in here 3 weeks ago, I think. And Paige, if you're watching, this is your box, just so you know. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Bite Size, our Monday hangout, our Monday running shoe question, our Monday running coach questions, running Monday running thing. I don't really know. As you can tell, we are moving slowly towards the end of term, and I am coming to a complete standstill. I want you to think of a train coming into a station. That's me. I'm coming into Liverpool Street. I've got next week, and then we're going to take a few weeks off. So that's that. 38 minutes tonight, Mick. Mick, remember what I just said. I think you're going to be. I think the next couple of weeks will be getting shorter and shorter. But how is everybody doing? Thank you to everybody who is joining us. If you're coming into the live stream as we are, get into the comments, get into the questions, and ask away whatever you want to talk about. If you're listening to this as a pod, thanks very much, and hopefully you'll give you 50 quid for the side table. Thanks, Carrie. So the bidding started at £50 for my wife's table that's here. But you'll have to just watch this back live. This is the pod. It doesn't come with the Amazon box, and it doesn't come with Paige's box. Okay, this is Paige's box. This is the Amazon box. Okay, and I'm not showing you what's in the Amazon box, and I'm not showing you what's in Paige's box. Okay, Paige's box has got a. It's been personalised. Yes, I did go Lakeside yesterday, and I think the least we say about Lakeside, the better, especially Primark. Never going back to that place again. Right. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Please get your questions, comments in. This week is a funny old week. We've got, just on the channel, we've got the Evo SL first impressions. I have just filmed that. Not literally, but I filmed that today. And that's coming out tomorrow. 17 miles in the Evo SL. So that video is coming tomorrow. So for everybody who's been asking me about that bloody Evo SL, the first impressions comes tomorrow. We will probably do a versus video on Thursday. I'm thinking Evo SL versus Nova Blast 5, because again, you keep asking about it the last few weeks with the Evo SL. So we will probably do that. And I'll probably film that tomorrow. See how we get on. So yes, Evo SL tomorrow, first impressions. We're not going to rush it out after 2 runs. We've done, say, 17 miles in the shoe for our first impressions. And I will then do a versus video. We'll do some other stuff around that. And then I think on Saturday, I'm not sure what we're going to put out on Saturday. I'll have to have a think about it. But we shall see. So again, if you've got any questions, your comments just coming in, put them in, and we will work our way slowly but surely. They don't have to be about shoes. They can be about coaching questions. It could be about why Paige's got a special package. Whatever you want, just load it up, and we will work our way slowly through it. What else do I need to tell you? This week's a normal week in terms of mileage. I'm trying to stick to around 30 miles a week at the moment, because marathon training sort of starts. Well, it's kind of started already, isn't it? But it picks up, let's say volume picks up in the first week of Jan. Like I said, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off over January. So we've got next week is our penultimate show of, I would say, of the year, a workout day. Your intense workout today and periods of rest have been good for your mental and physical health. Now take time to relax. I think what they should add on that Garmin bit is take time to relax and eat biscuits, which I think I will do. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking a few days off over Christmas and stuff like that. So next week's our last show. I don't know if we'll do one between now and the new year. Probably not. Our first show back will probably be on the 6th of January, just so you know. So 1, 2, 3 weeks off for me, lucky me. So make sure if you have any questions over those 3 weeks, you write them down and you come back with them. But there's going to be loads of new shoes coming our way in January. So get excited for that. January, February, March, big launches coming. It's a shame we weren't doing this tomorrow, because I'd have a bit more information and a few other things for you. But because I've got a call with someone tomorrow who I'll get some info off of, but we'll worry about that. We'll do that. Actually, we could do some of that next week. I did actually. Where was that timetable? I saw a timetable for Saucony releases, but I think I don't have it with me. Probably should have done this before I came on live on air. If you're interested in the Saucony releases, the dates, can you let me know? And I'll try and find what I've done with it. I'm just having a quick scoot to see if it's like really obvious on my email. Again, I should have done this really before we came alive on air. Is this? Oh yeah, here we go. So if anybody's interested in Saucony shoes, we've got the Endorphin Elite 2 in March next year. You shall see probably January, might even become before that. You'll start to see all the videos coming out because that's already out. And then we've got the updated Speed 5 in June. Endorphin Trainer is scheduled April, May at the moment. I don't know if that's true. And then you've got the Triumph, the Hurricane, they're two summer shoes on the way. So I don't know if that's useful or not. But there we go. Right, okay. So let's get into the comments. If you're joining us a little bit later, get in the comments and questions, and let's hear you out and see how you're getting on. I will just say good evening to everybody. It's probably a better way of doing it. Thank you very much, Barbara. She was saying about our podcast that we did, our live stream we did on Friday. It was total carnage. If you've not listened to it back, I would strongly recommend it. It's got, I would say, 1% of running content in it. The rest of it's just us, well, me causing carnage. So if you want to be, I wouldn't say entertained, but if you want to get confused, then watch or listen to that back. It was a good fun episode this week. We're starting again on the podcast on the Friday show. This is going to be our last live, or is it next week? No, our last live one is this week coming up. We've then got some pre-records done, but we are giving away 6 marathon places, London Marathon and Brighton Marathon places on Friday. So that'd be a good one to watch. Okay, right. So yes, I have run in the SL. Like I said, the first impressions of the Evo SL is coming tomorrow. I have filmed that. So I say 17 miles. Well, it's just over, but for argument's sake, say 17 miles in the shoe, just not the two of them. Just try. What's this? Just try. This is from Philip. So again, get your questions, comments in, people, as we start to dive into this now. Just tried the SL2 at home in 2 sizes. Major disappointment. Okay. What was disappointing about the SL2, the Adizero SL2? I'm guessing it's probably because it was firmer than you were thinking, probably. Evening all from Stuart. Evening, Chris. Looking for my next everyday shoe to do a bit of everything. Choice between the Puma Mag Max, the Adidas SL2, and the Asics Nova Blast 5. Okay, hang on. I've got to take these off. Right, I'm back. They're 3 very different shoes, actually. You've got the Puma Mag Max, which is a Max Cushions shoe. Then you've got the SL2, which is more of an up-tempo daily. And then you've got the Nova Blast that sits in the middle. I would go with the Nova Blast 5. I have all 3. All 3 of those shoes are phenomenal. 3 of the best shoes that are out there, I would say, in their categories. But I would say the Asics Nova Blast 5 does the best at each of what the others offer. So I think the Nova Blast 5 is definitely pulling its weight as a running shoe at the moment. So yeah, definitely check out the Nova Blast 5. If the Evo SL is similar, 8 also went better. What? Okay, I don't understand. Philip, can you retype that so it makes sense? Because that makes no sense to me. Mick, I have the Berlin Half and Newport Marathon both in the first 2 weeks of April. Is it possible to try a PB in both, or should I target one? Always target one if they're that close together. I would use the Berlin Half as a target paced run. I would probably, I don't know how far out they are, Mick, from each other. Let's have a look. I think it's 2 weeks, isn't it? Let's have a look. I've got it on here for somebody I'm coaching. So I'm a running coach. If you didn't know, I'm a running coach. So if you ever want to get quicker or just more consistent, whatever, help a lot of runners. Had some amazing success this year, which is great news. So Berlin is 6th of April. No, it's the following week. No, I would run on the basis it's if you're doing the full marathon, Mick. If you're doing the full marathon, then I would run that Berlin half about maybe do first 3 miles at I would go 3 miles easy, then go to like 4 miles at target goal pace, and then I would do the last bit, the super easiest pace you've ever done in your life. You want to finish that half marathon like you ain't done nothing. Yeah, so that's what I would do there. But definitely don't try and PB it if you're going for it in Newport. Good luck either way, big boy. My Chris's shoe rotation: A6 Nova Blast 4 for his recovery easy days. He's got the Rebel 4 for tempo intervals. A6 Super Blast 2 for long, Meta Speed Edge for 510k, and New Balance SC Elite for half and full. Yes, he did have to remove. That is some combo there, big boy. It's a nice little rotation you got there. Put in the comments, people, if you're tuning in, get your running shoe rotations in the chat. See what you're all made of. And again, if you're joining us a little bit later, get your running shoe questions. You want to know what's in this Amazon box? Sure, let me know. If you want to bid for this table, let me know. If you've got any coaching questions, joining, I'm here for the next 15, 20 odd minutes or whatever it is. Matt Nash questions in. While you'd never wanted to be injured, how proud of yourself or how you coped? On reflection, did you learn anything? Okay, so Matt's question this week. Matt gives us a question every week. And while you would never want to be injured, never wanted to be injured, how proud of you are of how I coped with being injured? So if you're new to the channel, I was out for 7 weeks. I think most people know because it's quite boring now that I was out for 7 weeks in the end with a calf tear early in the year after the London Marathon. And what did you learn about yourself during? I learned that my strength's not good enough. I learned that I'm not strong enough in my lower part of my body, all over really. But I would say it really showed up weaknesses across my my strength. I think the injury showed that I was fitter than I thought I was because how quickly I came back from that injury to then run 2 marathons, both 4 hours. One was a bit slower, but that's because Speedgoat died. Look at this moron. I was just going to remove you, block user. See you. Goodbye. It's just get rid of that person. Thank you very much. Okay, and so I am quite proud of myself, to be honest with you. In terms of what we was doing, I think it's a testament to mental toughness to come back from something like that. It was a struggle. I said it quite openly about my mental health in general, with regards to not being able to run. I rely on running a lot to keep me sort of sane and to keep me engaged in life and dealing with my neurodiverse sort of ecosystem that I have to navigate through every day. And it was tough, but I think I am proud of myself for coming through that. But as I said, I learned a lot that I wasn't strong enough. I learned a lot that that I was probably fitter than I gave myself credit for. So good question, Matt. Thank you very much for doing that. Do you have any tips for those with pronation issues? Yeah, get in the gym and get stronger. That's the key to that. Is build strength. I talk about strength for myself. My mild pronation, I used to pronate a lot more, but because I did a lot of work, because these idiots. Look at this. Brian, you're going as well. I'll just block you. It's all right. We just got some spam morons in the comments. I'm just blocking them all. But yes, in terms of pronation, I did some work, and we worked. It was a few years ago. In terms of, I realised that that the gym, funnily enough, is actually something that can help. So I did some work on that, and that was super helpful. And I think if you're somebody who struggles with pronation, then it's definitely something to look at. That's probably a better way. Right. Okay. Oh god, we've got more people commenting on this. I'm going to hide the chat because we've got some silly people in there tonight. So let's just move away from that. Okay, right. So apologies. You have to remember that 99% of the people on YouTube who do come onto YouTube are completely more moratic and just stupid. So we'll just hide them for now. And apologies to you guys for not showing your comments, but you can thank all the other idiots that are out there. Right. Well, I'm just coming back to find out where we are. And apologies again if you're listening to this. This is a podcast, wondering what's going on. What it is because we do this live and we have a live chat. You get spammed by these like idiots. So it's just those people. Right. So here we go. Actually, I might be able to put it back up now because I've cleared. Okay, here we go. Right, evening 40. Looking for a performance marathon shoe, considering Endorphin Pro Elite or Alpha Fly. Need something a little bit stable. Any recommendations, please? The Alpha Fly 3 is probably the most stable out of the Alpha Flies. I would say the Pro Elite is more stable out of those. It's quite aggressive, the Pro Elite, the Saucony Endorphin Pro Elite. But it's a good shoe if you're, I hate this word, but if you're fast enough, I think you've got to be running a quite a fast pace to get the best out of the plate. The setup in the plate is quite aggressive in a way, to be honest. I was never fast enough to get the best out of that shoe, the Endorphin Pro Elite. And even the Alpha Fly, I said it in the videos that I've done on the Alpha Fly, I really had to be down to like 7-minute miles to really start getting the best out of that running shoe. So there's shoes that are towards, the fastest end of the spectrum. And if you're looking for something like that, then you need to be aware of the paces I feel like you need to run to get the best out of them. They're both no, I would say the Alpha Fly is more unstable than the Endorphin Pro Elite. But again, just be mindful of it really. And see how you get on. But yeah, right, I'm just coming back because I can't get rid of the questions. I've kind of mucked it up really. Right, here we go. We are back. So, is this okay? Hang on. Bear with me. I'm trying to find out where I was. Okay. Right. Got it. I've lost all the chat comments. I've just lost all the chat comments. So if you asked a question, I need you to put all your questions back into the chat box because I've just lost them all. Because we're getting spammed tonight by a load of robots and things like this. I'm just and so I've got absolutely no idea what the questions are. I do have this one though. Has anyone turned away from the slow roll out of the Adizero SL? I'm thinking of going to the Zoom. The Zoom Fly 6, yeah, is a very good shoe. It's a very, very good shoe. The Zoom Fly 6 is a particularly strong shoe, to be honest with you. I think it's probably one of the super trainers that surprised some people this year. I don't think it was a shoe that so many people expected to like it as they did. It's a funny old one, really. It's a shoe that's, I wouldn't say brought Nike back into the game, but it's a shoe that's yeah, I don't know. It's something about it that's, if you compare it against the previous version, the Zoom Fly 5, that was like a brick, right? It was very firm. It was very unresponsive. It didn't do a hell of a lot, right? For many people. But I think if you are looking for a super trainer from Nike, I think that's definitely a shoe to try. That's probably a better way of saying it. Again, apologies to everybody who I deleted all the chat comments. So if I've not read your question out now, stick it back in the comments. We're getting spammed tonight on the comments. So make sure, and that's why they're not up on the side. So make sure that you put your comments or your questions back in the chat box, and I'll try and work my way through it. Apologies. Hang on. Apologies for people who did put some questions in, and I've deleted them. Okay. Right, 40. Here we go. 40. I ran in a pair of Triumph 20s, but after a while, whilst heel striking, I started twisting my ankles. What shoe would you recommend with less softness and stack than a Saucony Triumph? Interesting. So, 40. I ran in a pair of Triumph 20s, which is a reasonably stable shoe, but whilst heel striking, I started twisting my ankles. I would look at something like a glycerin. I know it sounds funny, but like a glycerin 20, like, or I mean, what version are we on now? Because they've got the new version with the DNA tuned coming early next year. I would look at something like a glycerin. It's quite firm though, so you know with less softness. Yeah, so that might work. The glycerin is not a bad shoe. Yeah. So anyway, have a look at that. Yes, Michael. I had timed out the whole chat by accident. Yeah, I did. I deleted. I don't know if I deleted, but it came up with this error that says reload chat, and I reloaded it and basically cleared all the comments. So I don't know what I've done. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I can't. So apologies for that. Right, let's go down here. What time? Michael's here. What time are you heading to the running show? Yes, so I am at the running show briefly. I'm popping on to the Kendall Mint stand to hang out there. I'll probably be there for a short period of time. It'll be early afternoon. And then I'll be out of there. So we haven't got a stand or anything like that this year. There's not many brands that we work with are going to be there. Kendall is there, so that's why I've gone to hang out with those guys for a bit. And so that's what we're going to do. Anybody who's joining us late, appreciate you joining us on the live stream. Get your questions and comments. Apologies that we don't have the live chat screen up. That's because there's some idiots who have been spamming us in the chat comment tonight in the chat box. So yeah, please get them in, and I'll work my way through them as we look to do that. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to January 25th. I'll probably do a part run beforehand. But we'll see. We chat to Brooke, see what they're about, and then we'll head over to the show, pop in there, see the guys at Kendall. But yeah, once I know nearer the time exactly what time I'll be on the stand, I'll let you guys. That'd be good to see some of you. John Dixon got my Super Blast 2s. Found they're very slappy below 9-minute miles, but quicker. It's so effortless. Yeah, they work better at certain paces, depending on where you are as a runner. Obviously, the slightly quicker you go, they tend to come alive. They really work well at that marathon pace. So that's why I think that works. Okay. Let's have a look. Alphas and vapors for races starting January. New Super Blast. Dennis, I don't understand your question. Alphas and vapor flies for races starting January. New Super Blast 2s and Hyperion Maxes. Is that a question? Or is that just a statement? I'm not really sure what's going on tonight. The world's gone mad. We've been spammed and we're getting statements. Who knows what's going on? Who is that, Matt? I think, Fordy, you need to set the chat box to subscribers only. That's a good shout. Maybe we could do that. That is a good shout. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually. Maybe we could do that. I'm just having a look, see if there's a way we can do it. And then we could put the chat box back up there. Don't know. Anyway, what time? Okay, I've done that one. This is an interesting one. Jay, I think mental health is just as important as how you treat others, especially if they're constantly being mocked. Yeah. Totally agree. Jay, I don't know what that reference is, but yeah. Okay. Gary. Hi, Chris. Do you have an alternative to the A6 Nimbus? Interesting, the new Nimbus is coming out. Ran in them for 10 years or so, but injury after injury for the last 18 months. I'd have a look. I think the Nimbus is a big shoe. It's a soft shoe. It's a comfortable shoe as well. But I would, I don't know what's, but injury after injury, I would be worried about why you can continuously getting injured. What's the cause? What injury is it? Is it a persistent same thing? That's what I'd be interested to know, Gary. You say you do strength and conditioning, but yeah. So if we know, I'm not a physio, but if we know a little bit more about the injury and how that, then we can maybe match up the shoe sort of thing. So give me a little bit more information why I am here. Here we go. Alan, evening 40. I've been wearing different versions of the GT2000 for about 10 years now and thinking about a change. Would you recommend the Kayano? The Kayano's quite a strict, hard stability shoe. The ASICS GT2000 is mild stability. So I wouldn't necessarily agree to go to the Kayano. I would really, if you're in the GT2000, I'd either go for the Guide 17, or I would actually go, probably the preference is to wait for the new Puma Forever Run 2. That's what I would wait for. The guidance, I mean, you could pick up Forever Run 1 cheap at the moment. That's a good shoe to have a look at. I'm going to sneeze. Thought you'd all like to know that. Yes, I would try the Forever Run. Definitely worth a try. But the GT2000 is a mild stability shoe, not a hard stability shoe. Okay. Okay. Current shoe rotation. Boston 12, Saucony Speed 4 for daily miles. Interesting. Carbon in there. Or, carbon-ish. Takumi Sen for 5 and 10Ks. NC Elite, MBC Elite for long runs. Adios Pro 3 for... Blimey, that's a lot of shoes you've got there. Some very good shoes. I would try and put something in there with no carbon in, if it was me, into that running shoe rotation. Christmas off. Are you even a runner? If you don't run, I don't ever run on Christmas. I'm with my family. So maybe I'm not a runner. Yes, Sarah, I must have timed out. What I did was I hit a reload button because we was getting spammed by so many people. It came up with this error and it said reload. So I pressed reload and it basically cleared the whole chat. So if you do have any questions for me, stick them in and I'll make sure I try and get to them before I go. You could blame all the other idiots for spamming the live stream. That's what happens, unfortunately, on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Just tried SL2 at home in 2 sizes. Major disappointment. Feels like hitting the floor on the rubber. It's so slippery on the wooden floor at home. I wouldn't want to take it outside. It's the Addieware on the outsole of the SL2. It's not Continental rubber. It's Addieware. I quite like the outsole on the shoe. I've had no issues with it. So I would, I would. I don't know if you revisit them if you've got 2 pairs, but yeah, I can understand if you was disappointed because of the sizing, but I think the shoes are very good shoe. But everybody's, different in terms of their shoes and things like that. All right. So I appreciate your opinion. Philip, if the Evo SL is similar, despite the rubber, it's a hard pass for me. On the contrary, just got the Puma Velocity 3, Nitro 3 GTX. I'm surprised how good it is. Puma shoes are fantastic shoes. They really are. Puma shoes are amazing, and they've got some really, really good shoes coming in the new year. John Boston, no, there's not a way. Did I ban a lot of people? I was clicking buttons to stop people spamming us. So if you got banned, then you can drop me an email, hello@fordyruns.com, and we can unban you. Okay, evening 40. I've been running in Brooks Revel for years and looking for a new trainer for some speedier sessions. What would you recommend? I would look at the Hyperion. The Brooks Hyperion 2. There is a Hyperion 3 coming, but that's not until might be July. So have a look at that. But yeah, the Hyperion 2 is a good shout. Great shoe. Is there a difference, Mike? Is there a difference between in the Puma DV8 Nitro and the Elite? Yes. One's a training shoe, one's a racing shoe. So they're set up differently, different stack heights, different foams as well. So yeah, and it's not a stupid question. So so they're set up totally different. One's a racing shoe, one's a sort of super trainer, and that's the DV8 Nitro. Have a look on the channel. We've done a lot of videos on both. I've raced in the Elite 3 this year, twice actually. I did a half marathon and a 10K. In the shoes, here Here we go. Hi, 40. Currently wearing the Guide 17. Any recommendations for another shoe in a 2-shoe rotation for winter months, training for a half marathon in the spring? Guide 17 says a daily trainer. I mean, I would probably put like a super trainer with that of some sort. I don't know if you're wearing a guide because of stability issues, then I would probably. But it's going to cost you an absolute fortune. Don't kill me. But the New Balance SC Trainer is I find a stable shoe. The other one to stick in there, which is also pretty stable, is the Hyperion Max 2. That's a good shout. Feels quite firm when you put them on, but it's quite a stable shoe because of the firmness of the midsole. Is relatively wide, and obviously you've got the Kavara Pro as well, which is again a very stable shoe because of the width in the shoe, and you've got that sort of EVA frame, let's call it, in there. Don't neglect the Tempest and the Tempest 2. Just watch the arch in the shoe. Another shoe from Saucony. So that could be worth a look as well. So the Tempest 2 might work with the Guide because that's got a little bit of PB foam in it. Okay, let's go. Treating myself to a pair of Zoomfly 6. This is Tom as an early Christmas present. A few miles in and feeling great. Thanks for all the podcast videos this year. Slow down, but don't stop. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. It's days like today with all these spammers. It does make me think about stopping, to be honest with you, because I can't be asked with it all. But there we go. Right, what else? Here we go. Have you ever tried carbon-plated inner soles? I see some called... I've not tried carbon-plated inner soles. I've not really tried inner soles. I had some Inerta ones. But no, inner sole's not for me. That's not to say I won't try them, but no, I have not tried them. Okay, will you be testing the Adios 9? I hope so. Yeah, some nice colorways. I really like the Ekiden colorway that's out from Adidas. I've got the Pro in the white version, the Pro 4, but I like the silver and red Ekiden colorway that's currently out there. Even the Boston 12 looks great in that colorway. Oh, Boston 13, April, by the way, April, May, FYI. Just, I forgot to tell you that. We did a podcast live stream about that not too long ago. The Nimbus is a big shoe. Yeah, it's a big shoe. What's this from John Dixon? I read a couple of marathon books lately, and for someone who runs for my mental agility HC, I've got to say the Hanson method is a game changer for me. Yeah, it's a different way of training. Sarah K, could you answer the questions a bit faster, taking forever? That's just my speed. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Picked up the Nova Blast 5 after you praised for them. A few runs in. I love it. Yeah, it's a great shoe. It really is a great shoe. I love the Nova Blast 5. Absolutely cracking shoe. It really is a fantastic daily trainer. Oh, look at this, Jay. So Jay's having a go at me because apparently I mock Hayden constantly. I'm sure he doesn't like it, and it affects his mental health. Hayden's a very, very good friend of mine, Jay, and I think that's between me and Hayden to discuss. We're very, very good friends, and we love each other dearly. So I think, yeah, that's just our relationship. I appreciate that you got your own opinion on it, but yeah, you don't need to worry about mine and Hayden's relationship. But thank you very much for commenting. Okay. Alex has got some Super Blast 2, which are softening up nicely. They do take a little while to soften up. Not sure on the sizing. Normally a UK 8, but went into the same CM sizing, size 7.5 UK. Okay, so you went down half a size. Does the upper stretch much? I've not found it to be that forgiving, the upper in the Super Blast 2. So, yeah, you may need to sort that out in terms of the sizing on the Super Blast 2. I know it's a funny old one. Some people went down, some people went up. I'm spot on with the Super Blast 2. I really am. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, he is. Okay, good evening, Chris. Big fan here. Thank you very much. I appreciate some positivity tonight on the show, despite all the negativity from all the spamming and Jay and all these sort of people having a go. I've never done a running event before, but booked the 10K Saucony and Big Half next year. Fantastic. I'll be there. Looking forward to seeing you. I've not done a half marathon, but I'm to try a marathon one day. Yeah, I would say just, build up slowly and tick a few off and enjoy yourself, have fun, don't overtrain, and yeah, just take it easy where you can. But yeah, definitely leave that marathon to 2026 for sure. Okay. Okay. Coming down again. Apologies for not having the chat up tonight because we got spammed early doors. Gary, follow up to earlier email. Injuries and so it's Achilles, hamstring, calf injury. Just broke my ankle running back from the gym. Bloody hell! Could they be too soft? Yeah, I mean personally, you sound like you've gone through the wars. I would speak to a physio. I'd probably get your gait analysed, and I would do some work on that. But I would strongly recommend you speaking to a physio and getting your gait analysed, getting a shoe that works for you, based on that gait analysis. That's what I would recommend. Okay, football is united. Hi, Fordy. Looking for a good daily for use on road with a grippy outsole. These frosty mornings of Saucony shifts are like, yeah, the Saucony shifts, unfortunately, the outsole was not particularly good. If you like the Saucony shift, I would say the Brooks Glycerine Max is not a bad shout. That's got a much improved outsole on it. Anything from Puma's good, because it's got Puma grip on there. So have a look maybe at some of their shoes. Mag Max is an absolute beast. It's a fantastic shoe. So that could be a good option as well. If you like this Saucony shift, the Mag Max is not a bad shout, or the Glycerine Max. Okay. Hi, 40. Up till now, I have only run in Ultra Escalante 3. Escalante, I always pronounce that wrong. Could you recommend a 2-3 shoe rotation? I have a slightly wide foot and supinate a little bit. I've tried Velocity Nitro 2, but too narrow. Have you tried the Olympus or Via Olympus or whatever they're called? Or even going, if it's got a slight drop on it, the I don't even know what they're called now. They've changed the name on the Ultra shoes. But that could be worth a go. And then, try and get yourself something like, I tell you what we saw. I was talking to Michael earlier. I'm just conscious because of the Ultra shoe in regards to the drop. You can get the Under Armour Elite 2 for £137 on Start Fitness. It's so cheap. And the reason is because the drop is like non-existent on that shoe. Under Armour Elite. Elite 2 is £135 on Start Fitness at the moment. That's definitely a race day shoe to check out. This is a good statement. The most comfy running shoe is the best shoe for you. Yeah, I tend to agree there. Absolutely right. Any love for the Balos here? No, not from me. I was massively disappointed with the Balos. It's a real shame because I love New Balance shoes, and I mean love New Balance shoes. The 1080 version 14 is a cracking shoe. I'm in love with the New Balance SC Elite trainers and SC Elite and SC Trainer, and I was just so disappointed with the Balos. I was really hoping that was going to be a Super Blast comparison, and it just missed the mark for me. So fingers crossed the Balos Part 2 is on point, because New Balance makes some really good shoes, and I love their stuff. So fingers crossed. So unfortunately for me, it's a miss this year, but I've got high hopes for then. And where do we go? What's on the Christmas dinner plate in the Fordy household this year? I've got no idea. Mrs. Ford Senior is on duty, so as long as there's a lot of it, I don't mind. As long as there's no Brussels on there, just. No, thanks. Can't do Brussels. Joe, hey, boss man. Just want to say thank you for the positive comments about slower runners wearing Super Blast 2. I treated myself last week, done a few runs in them, and love them. That's great news, Joe. Yep, absolutely love the Super Blast. I think they're a very capable shoe for every sort of runner out there, from your back of your pack runners all the way through. I think it's a shoe that works pretty much for most people. So get yourself a pair or not. Pegasus or Ride. Nova Blast, but yeah, I would say the Ride probably, but it's a tough one. Okay, right. Mick wins again. Mick, but Mick, did you deliberately get some mates to spam the pod tonight, the live stream, so it was delayed? So Mick went for over 38 minutes tonight, and then we was delayed because we got absolutely spammed by everybody. So I wonder if that was you, Mick, and all your friends, and then that was why, just purely to get me over 38 minutes. It's a cunning plan, Nick. I think it's brilliant. Uh, oh dear. Right, what do we got here? Love the Brooks 2025 review. Seems they are continuing to kill it in 2020. Yeah, they got some great shoes coming in 20. There's so many great shoes coming in 2025. We're going to be spoiled for choice, people. I think what it will show is it will show up some of the shoes that are a bit non-existent anymore. Some of the shoes that you don't really need in your life, because there's better alternatives out there. There's such narrowed down shoe selection, in terms of, if you've got a specific role for a shoe, you're going to be able to dial it in. So I think, certain shoes, what comes to mind, something like the Nimbus. I'm not really sure, because it's going to be pretty much the same shoe. I don't necessarily feel like that's going to be a shoe that you're going to want out and rush out. But I'm not saying it's a bad shoe, by the way, at all. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that I'm thinking there could be there's obviously other alternatives out there. You've got like the Mag Max out there, which is, something that's got that nitro foam. You can do better in it. And you can try, the Glycerin Max with the DNA tuned in it. Much better alternative, just as heavy. So I think then, some of those old shoes, those legacy shoes, are going to be, unless you do what like Nike's trying to do and rejuvenate some of the lineups. I think some of them are going to be a little bit, we don't really need this. Good point, bad point, something to pick up on maybe next week. Have you tried the Pegasus Premium yet? No, I have not. But I'm interested to get that, and we shall get that. Right. Okay. Last questions from Kim. Evening Fordy. Love the New Balance 1080s. Yep, me too. Absolutely love the shoes. So I'm a big fan of New Balance in general. Any alternatives for everyday trainers? I would say the Nova Blast is not a bad shout. Nova Blast 5. For somebody who's running those sort of times, I think the New Balance 1080 is a good alternative to the Nova Blast. So if you're comfortable running in the 1080 and you're running those sort of times, then stick with it. I know you might want to change it up, but the Nova Blast 5 with the new foam in it made me think of the 1080. So that might be worth a shout. That's why I mentioned it. But I'm a big fan of the 1080 version 14. I just think the Nova Blast 5 is a bit more versatile with the outsole and that kind of thing. But I do prefer the upper on a 1080. So yeah, I'd maybe have a look at that. But sometimes just stick to what you know. It's not a bad shout, eh? But anyway, great job. 228 in Berlin. Whew, that's some moving, isn't it? Okay, right. There we go. Look at this. Alfie, great way. Great way to pick it up on the end. Never stop, never change, Fordy. Shoulders back, march on and keep smashing the gremlins tonight. Well played, sir. Yeah, we batted through tonight, people. And thank you for sticking with us through tonight's podcast. It wasn't ideal because of all the idiots that were spamming us early doors. But yeah, there we go. We was attacked. And I will look at the comments, the chats thing, if there's a way just to make sure that it's for subscribers only. That could be an option. That's something that we do going down the line. I have to look into that after tonight's episode. But thank you for sticking with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate the support in general on this channel over the last few years and stuff like that. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much. Next week's our last show of the live streams up until we come back in the new year. So make sure you join me for that. Thank you very much for the love from Sweden. I've just seen, and yeah, we are live this Friday. Hayden's not on, Jay, so you'll be pleased to know that he'll be wrapped up in cotton wool somewhere. But yeah, so just make sure you join us on Friday. And yeah, and we shall see you then. Other than that, have a good week. Look out for the Evo SL first impressions tomorrow. And then we'll probably do a versus video. Versus the Nova Blast 5, I think, is where I'm going to go with that. Okay, guys, have a great week. I shall see you all later.